Hello, here's a video in which I will show you an overview of my MOC, the Cret. Yeah, well, I think I want my name in introduction, but well, okay, that was my introduction for any kind of video. But now here's the MOC. So I wanted to do less backstory and parts notice in the overviews, but more about the look and shapes and the color scheme, more that kind of stuff. And then I will add backstory to the description, so don't forget to read the description of this MOC. If there isn't a backstory in the description yet, just wait for it some time, a bit. And about the build and the parts used, I will always put a second video online. So I'll just give you a little bit of backstory. I still want to do some backstory in the video. So this is a Cret. For the name, I was thinking like, first I thought, oh wait, it's actually, yeah, it's a Cret, or it's a Cretoa. I still don't really can decide if it's a Cret or Cretoa. Well, I came to the name Cret after thinking about creepy and metamorphosis, like butterflies. But this is a creepy metamorphosis. But I didn't even Google yet if Cret has another meaning, and sometimes I come up for a cool name for a MOC of mine, but then the name is already used on something totally different. Sometimes even for something that has to do with porn or stuff like that. When I made Makuta Rinbu, I had to change the spelling later on because I noticed that the first spelling was used by some kind of stupid Japanese anime girl or whatever. I don't really know, but well, the name that I have given it now is Cret or Cretoa, and Cretoa is of course from Creepy Toa instead of Creepy Metamorphosis. But that's about the name. I took like a whole minute for just the name. Then a little backstory. Well, the Cret or Cretoa were created by the Makuta in response to the Toa that were created. Makuta, of course, knew how Maturan changed into Toa, and he wanted to use that for his own good. Well, whenever a Matoran transforms into a Toa by using a Toa stone, they will change into a Toa like how they believe a Toa looks like. So if they believe a Toa looks like the Great Spirit robot, the Metanui robot, the real one, the enormous grey robot from the Bionicle storyline, they will change into that. And the Toa Metru only had seen Toa Likan, so they were all going to look like him. And that's why, well, that's the excuse from Lego why the Toa Metru are all almost exactly the same, with the exception of the color, length, weapons and mask, and that's it. But that's just how a Matoran transforms to a Toa, and Makuta Makuta brainwashed and manipulated, so Matoran he had got actually a whole army of them, just not an army of thousands and thousands, but like 100 or something like that, just a small army of Matoran, and he made them believe by propaganda and things like that, that a Toa looks like a creepy being like this one. A creepy, almost Shadow Matoran Toa-like being, very skinny, very just creepy. He made them think a Toa looks like this. So there are now a lot of these beings, and they can be from any element. Any element a normal Toa can be. And the positive thing for Makuta is that now that the instead of a Shadow Toa, these Toa can actually use different elements. Makuta can also just get something like this by throwing shadow. How are these things called? Bloodsuckers? No, they're shadow powers. I don't really know what their English name was, but these things used by the Ventoka Makuta. They can also change a normal Toa into something like this by using these little blue things. But now that they are actually still normal Toa and not Shadow Toa, they can still use different elements, giving some kind of an advantage for Makuta. They can't be just normally countered by light. And they are not just as strong as a normal Toa would be. There are some limitations because they are not truly to their destiny and not truly doing what they are meant to be doing. They aren't fully able of being a full Toa. They are actually, for species, they are a Toa now, but there are stuff like they have limited power range. They can't use Nova Blast, Toa Nova Blast, and you actually need like 2 of them to have the same power as a normal Toa, a fully destined Toa. Also, Makuta manipulated some kind of their destinies, because some of those Matoran weren't meant to be Toa, and so he had to change that into the programming, and now they are Toa. So that's also a reason why these Toa species are weaker than the normal ones on the good side, but they're still Toa, they are evil, so they're a problem. Well, for why I created this MOC, it was just because lately I've been watching a lot of you guys who will watch my videos and subscribe to me, and just the whole range of amateur-like. I call us amateurs. I'm also an amateur because we're not Lego designers, but you can you can say we have master skills, I don't know. But the amateur range of YouTube channels which show you Bionicle MOCs, and I'm doing all kinds of my hand, but it's out of screen. All kind of Bionicle MOCs and whatever. This overview is not going well. I need to change the setup and a bit what I need to tell in an overview. I think this video will take relatively long. But and I saw a lot of you guys doing the Pride X style of torso with the socket joint, so the torso can actually move, and that's an awesome thing, but they're not really stable by that. I also get that problem with the real Pride X. You can make them too heavy, or you need to put these little, I got examples here. Oh my god. Here. Here's my good pterodactyl. You need these things to use on the torso, just like how's that what was the name of that guy? Man. His name was Maxilos, yeah, the kind of Maxilos torso, but that one was also really bulky, but it could move. and you can make it heavier. So that's one thing to do. And then I want to get my hands on screen. It's the setup doesn't give me the ability to put my hand on screen. I need to change that, but I need to change the whole setup still. But I also wanted to create that, and you can use them for different styles of MOCs. You can of course say I want a skinny female Bionicle MOC. Some of you guys like that, having the females skinnier than the males, just to imply femininity. Some guys of you even make all your MOCs skinny, also an awesome concept. But that's one thing you could use it for. Of course you can't make all the female characters too skinny, that would be kinda sexistic. But if you don't overdo it, you can use it for that. And then you also got some guys of you even use it for being heroic. Just a moving torso, it's still bulky around it, but then just a ball joint moving in the middle. Some guys of you just like that to be heroic. Just going wide, then skinny point here, and then the legs. But and some stuff about around it, you can make it like heroic actually. But I use it for it being creepy. Creepy, moving torso, it can kind of bend for over. And more like the Prida kind I used it. Bend for over, skinny, creepy like. Not the anorexic creepy like, but just the creepy alien like stuff. Like an alien torso, which is creepy from just at this point. So there are a lot of stuff you can do with this concept. And what I wanted to do is make it light. So I was also loan weapons. It only has this timber from Hordica Wenua. And I wanted it to be as standard or as basic as possible. I just made one little balling style, one little bald for the torso, but made it look like it was just meant to be used like this. So what I did, I wanted to use a Borax shell on the upper torso. That's also something that's normally used by this kind of torso. And at first I wanted to connect it by using this part, double pin connection. And I did it with this one because it was black, and then this here fitted onto here. It made it fill up, and it gives an awesome shape on here. And then I also first put one of these on here, but I changed that because the legs weren't able to move all the way after that. But then I just put this thing on. It was very basic to use this hip piece. I put on these Metro chest piece, just because it was the part that perfectly fitted here. And at the back I put this thing because this little Slizer foot. Man, it's falling down. Because I already used it on here, and I like to use multiple of the same parts, molds and colors in the same MOC. That makes it look kinda balanced, and just one body, one. Well, I got a translator here. What part am I looking for? You go like this, and I'm going to the translator. Oh, I think it's spelled right. MOC as one whole or unity, as one whole entire complete. Well, what the heck? Just one concept, one style, fully around the model. And then I also put it on here. to make it a little bit more creepy and not use too much, I also put this spine of spikes on here. I also put the spike here to make this stop from moving, because it's just connected with one and a half pin connection. Here was already a spike. I just needed to put something on these things. It would be kind of weird if these were just empty. And it's the shape here is all just perfect. It's bends like so, but then this part is really annoying, and I want to change it with the new what was it? 45 degrees 1 pinhole 2 axle connector in Darkstone Grey, used by Pyrox's weapon and by Search's weapon, but I don't have any of them free for use in MOCs. I only got one of them on my Pyrox's weapon, and I don't want to use it because it will lose friction if I will use it in that MOC, and then change it to use it there and there and there. So it's onto Pyrox's weapon now, and I won't be using it on this one for now. But if you just imagine this part is not here, it has the perfect shape. It has just one shape for the whole figure. That's just awesome. Just the spikes here really work out well if you look like this. This thing needs to be gone, and then look, it looks just great, I think. Take a moment just to look at it like this. That's just awesome, I think. Yeah. I made creepy legs. First I didn't put any armor, but I decided to put some armor on them, just to make it a little bit more of a challenge to fight. Not just one skinny skeleton, but it has to be creepy, but not just a skeleton. Creepy feet, clawed feet. The feet are two of the 4 parts using silver. Silver on the nails of the feet. Here's silver and here's silver. Here's a little silver on anything that's sharp and can be attacked with. These Hordica lower legs. The Hordica lower legs are skinny, beast-like, bent, and just creepy. They're also open, so these were the perfect fit for this character. A little bit of armor on the upper legs, and then I also put lately some armor on the upper arms. I didn't want any armor at first, particularly because it took movement, but this kind of armor doesn't take any movement because it's from the side. Just the rocky earth-like armor, because it's black, you can obviously see it's from a toe of earth, and this is a toe of earth. Creepy mask, the mask of silence, the normal mask of silence. Yeah, that's one more thing. Of the Kretoa or Krita, they all have noble masks. So not great masks, not normal Toa masks, but noble masks, which are mostly worn by Matoran, and they they don't have the whole power a normal mask has. So this one is less powerful than Chirox's mask, but it is the same mask. And I gave them shadow masks from Shadow Toa or Shadow Matoran. Not because these are shadow creatures themselves, but just because it goes with their look, and also I mean, these are just the masks, style of masks the Makuta own and use. Makuta are shapeshifters, so they got every kind of form of mask, even though they have the same power sometimes. And then they just gave this kind of masks, because they're creepy and evil-like, to the Kretoa. They wanted them to be creepy and evil-like, because they wanted to show immediately to everybody how fearful and how dangerous Toa can be. They wanted to bring fear into the hearts of the Matoran in making them believe that the Toa can actually be evil. And in my storyline, in my own dimension from Bionicle, I think these were used to activate Miranda as a last resort. And that is an awesome story. I also make my own Miranda, so maybe I will want to make a stop motion, and this one will have a major plot influence, and it will be awesome. The lower arms just normal, the most skinny arms for this length, just met through lower legs. And then I also used Slizer feet as hands. I could have given them Glutorian hands, but I didn't feel like it. They were a bit longer, and also they are not the whole style of this one. This one is a bit of an older Bionicle look style, and I also wanted to use as much of these as possible, because they had to give some of an overall look. Yes, overall. That's more the style the word I was looking for. An overall look around the whole model by using mostly of the same parts introduced in the same waves, same series, to make it one overall great look for the figure. And these aren't as breakable as the normal Glutorian hands also. That's one positive point more. Because it's a toe of Earth, he has an Earth weapon, even though it's normally just an Hordica weapon. This one was just remade and based on it, and this one just really is not part of it because it's some kind of a Hordica, but just made like this and stylized as it like it's by the Makuta. And it looks it's kind of such doing like this, and it's just the same function, but it can use it to channel his earth powers. I wanted it to not be too heavy on the upper body, like I said, from above this socket joint connection, this ball joint connection. I used the most basic bolt. Actually, if you just take off the extra details on the back, you just have one build like it was meant for this. This is just a MOC. It's not really big, not really very much detailed, so it's something like it gives you the feeling like somebody had ever had to create it. And I like to have to take sometimes the challenge of creating something of which you after that will think I could have created that just as good, and that's what I was going for. Just like it was made for it, just basic. Also, you can see the neck socket joint is attached to the Borok shield, not to any kind of other simple technical connector. It doesn't have much friction here because I'm using an old socket joint. If I would use one of the newer refractory styles, which I did and I've tried it, it has more friction and it works better, but at the moment I won't use it because I'm using it at, well, I'm just showing you the hips of Makuta Tyrannosaurus Minotaur shape. So that's it for this MOC. I'll be changing some stuff for the setup. Maybe I'll just do it at a different location, maybe at my desk. But my desk is a whole mess right now. But I need to do it somewhere different because there's also nowhere to sit for me. I'm doing it at my bed, but there's nowhere to put my legs, and so I can bend over the camera, and it's hard to get my hands on screen. Maybe I should just sit on my knees like I did previously, because now my legs are in front of me and that's annoying. But, well, you know, I'm going to change it and I'll just find the perfect thing. Don't forget to read the description to see to read more storyline details of phase 1, and maybe one time I will make my own whole storyline. I will use my latest parts collection. Well, I still got a lot, but not enough to make a whole collection like I did right now again. But I will use my latest parts to expand the plot and fill in places where the plot could use more detail and stuff, where it's still open, and then I will make my own variation of the Bionicle storyline in a parallel universe, and I will some way I will tell it to you guys, maybe by stop motion, maybe just writing it. But this is it for now. I'm going to do some work on my homework, and then I'll just say thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Watch my other videos, especially the older ones. Like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment below. I will reply to any comments as soon as I can, and then I'll just say see you again soon, and I'll just say bye. That's it for now. Bye. One final shot at the end of the video. Haha.